Hello, hello. I'm really excited today to bring you on some superstars. I'm selfishly bringing them on for myself too. I've got some questions to help me grow. They're at that next level where me and Kelly are trying to get to. So I'm bringing to you today this dynamic husband and wife team out of Indianapolis. They dominate their market. This is one of those couples where there's two signs in the yards in their town. There is their sign and maybe ADT. That's like it. They dominate. Looking at selling over 200 houses and doing over 60 million. Is that right? 60 million?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And they are EXP's top producing agents in all of Indiana. Please help me welcome Rodney and Amanda Hurd. So happy to have you guys on today. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Good. That's impressive. Like, I'm tired now. I'm going to have to take a quick break from reading the list of you guys' accomplishments. Really big deal. Would you mind I'm going to have some people in my audience that probably aren't as familiar with you guys. Just kind of tell us a little bit about your background and the big question, like, why real estate?
Okay. Yeah, great. You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is, first of all, a second marriage for both of us. I've been in real estate since 96. And met Rodney when he came into real estate in 2007.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got licensed 06, didn't really start until 07.
Yeah, so we were competition. We were basically, he was the rookie that didn't know much, but yet he was getting all these relationships. And I'm like, what's going on here? And he would come to me for answers, right? Because he didn't know what's a PA, what's a purchase agreement. So that's how we connected. And then, fast forward a few years, we're like, hey, we should use our talents together. Started dating down the road, and then parlay that to 2012, creating the team that we have today. So we have a lot of help, but real estate for me was out of college. I went into corporate America, wasn't making much money, and thought, no, this is not me. I know I don't fit in this mold, and I think Rodney has a similar story. It just took him a lot of years to figure that out.
So she said we're slower. I got out of the Marine Corps. Wanted to finish my college and started working at a foundry. Without college, I mean, that's about all all I thought I could do. So when they closed the plant, I took a buyout and decided I'm going to get my real estate license. I got a house to sell. I got a lot we were going to build on that I had to sell. So I thought I'd just get my license. I thought, man, those guys make too much money. little did I know what I was involved with it and how much advertising, how much money you spend. But it just kind of took off for me. I went in the office. Never forget the first day I went in the RE/MAX office, and I sit down. I go in because I'm used to getting up early. I go in and I'm in there about 8:30, 9 o'clock before they're unlocking the doors. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, so when do people come in and want to start selling their houses? So I had no idea. I was clueless. So I quickly learned that there's a lot of prospecting, a lot of things you have to do to get business. So.
Yeah, you've come a long way for sure. But yeah, I think we both saw the opportunity in real estate. I just saw it really early in life because I was like, I can't do this. He had a first marriage and kids and a family to raise, so that was a little bit different for him. Took us a while to find each other, but once we did, with husband and wives, as you know, you do have to figure out that balance. We tried the team thing before we were actually married. That's a no. Don't do that. Don't do that. You've got to have that commitment, I think, first, right? Personally, before you start barreling through, figuring out what boundaries are. But yeah, real estate for us for me, it's been amazing my entire life. And then I know for us, it's done nothing but leverage us and be able to create livelihoods for other people, right? Within our team and our organization.
Yeah, that's the most exciting part. Yeah, watching our team grow and seeing them realize their dreams and goals. So.
Yeah.
It's so weird. You say that and we feel that, and I sometimes feel like that message gets lost. When you started, especially like Rodney, you started in 2007. Like, what a great time to start real estate, right? But you're a Marine. You don't know probably at that point that it's even bad. You just know I got to go in, get there early so I can help all these people that are going to be coming through the door for me.
Right. That's what I actually thought.
It's crazy. I think we all had, as soon as we got our license, we think that that's going to, just that empowers us to sell houses. But there's a lot more behind it. And you found that. But when you guys get to the next level, you start to realize you've satisfied your own needs. And now when you help that first agent be successful, like you're like, wow, now I'm making a difference. And you guys have been able to do that on a really high level, which is impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. And it's crazy. One of our buyer's agents bought his dream house. The other one got married. He actually met his wife through real estate and got married. They bought a house together. So it's just everything. So
she was an online lead that we had generated for him. So he.
Yeah, we're all dating service.
Yeah.
You're kind of a dating service. Yeah, it's perfect.
Why not? But yeah, that literally is so impactful that has changed our lives. Seeing our boys become men and have children and women raise families and the boy, it just, it's amazing to see the changes in their lives. And that was even before, that was us as an independent broker. Now it's, like we've doubled down by coming to EXP because EXP was a bigger opportunity for them than Amanda and Rodney could ever offer them. Right. And that was the message that we sent to them was, look, guys, we can do a lot for you, but we're going to be capped out without more means and the reach, right? Mm-hmm. So when we finally got out of our own way and realized that piece, that was like, whoa, that was an aha moment.
That ego was a big thing because we built, because I was a team leader with Keller Williams, and we built our team and had it grown, and then we went independent, and we were keeping we were doing well as an independent and keeping all our money that was coming in. So it was pretty cool. We're doing like $2 million in net, like 35%, something like that. So I was like, why would we ever join another brokerage? And so getting our ego out of the way and realizing we were doing this for our team and helping them out too, not to mention the benefits that we soon realized that I didn't realize at first. So worked out to our favor.
I think that, and it sounds like that feeling too, but when you can help someone else make a livelihood and see them grow, it's just something that you can't get doing anything else, really. To grow others just changes you.
You can't get enough of it. And then you guys said a lot. So you mentioned Remax, team leader for KW. You guys went independent. Was that the defining moment? What was the defining moment that made you guys say, hey, there's another opportunity for us with EXP?
Well, it was interesting when I was a team leader with Keller Williams. Keller Williams did teach us how to be a business owner. When I worked at Remax, I thought I worked for Remax. When we went to Keller Williams, they did teach us how to, both great companies, by the way, taught us how to be business owners. And so when we did that, we started doing our business planning, doing our financials every year and updating throughout the year. We realized that there became a certain time that we were giving more to KW than we were getting back for our investments. So we went independent. We were pretty excited about going independent and how it worked. And at first we thought, changing names, it'd be harder to make sales, be harder to sell listings. And I think we doubled our buyers and sellers the very first year we went independent.
We've consistently done that. But I think the aha moment for us, because we really truly thought when we were independent, it was going so well, I would never change the path of that, right? And it took us a while. We were a little slow, like 8 months, being hit over the head with it again and again. Yeah, right? And it just, I don't know. It's like you do have to get, like Rodney said, your ego out of the way, first of all. And when you're an independent, you have a lot of control. You can control growth. You can control these things. So for me, that was a thing that I had to let go of and realize that I'm never, and this was the aha for me, Rodney might have had a different aha, I'm never going to be leveraged. I'm going to be tied to these daily tasks day after day after day if I don't figure something else out. And when I saw what EXP had to offer as far as the processes, systems, and platforms, along with, being an owner, I like that spoke to my ego, right? And along with the stock and the rev share. And then I realized all of a sudden, whoa, my reach is going to be national, now global. But at the time when we came over, which was May of 2018, it was, that just finally knocked me over the head. And probably life situations too. Both my parents passed, and it just, I really had one of those moments like, am I going to do this another 50 years and work so hard and not smarter? So that for me was the leverage and the opportunity that it could also offer our agents to be on the same playing field, right? And maybe even bigger than what we do, right? That would be super cool. Yeah.
100%. So if I can go back a little bit, when you got to the independent brokerage, when it was all about you guys, was the expectation, did that match the reality? I mean, like, did it play out like you thought? Now you're 100% of everything. You're in total control.
Everything but the leverage. So your independent brokerage is still a time suck. And I was still going on, sold 74 houses that year, and I went on every listing appointment. And the year that we joined EXP, the great thing about it, true story, I'm sitting there in the office 6 months into it. Maybe not even 6 months, right?
It was like 2 months.
Okay. Anyway, we're in there in EXP. And of course, as soon as we went over to EXP, we had people come to us and say, hey, why'd you join EXP? So we're going to give it a try. And if it works out for a year, great. You got ownership and all this stuff. So I still wasn't totally bought it. She was
not bought
but
it.
I still wasn't totally bought it. So, sitting there at the desk 3 months into it, she comes in and she said, hey, okay. She said, have you checked our profit share? And I was like, look, I'm busy selling listings.
Like, shoot me out the door.
I'm busy selling listings. I've got these listing appointments. I'm doing all this. She goes, well, if you find time, maybe you should check our revenue share. And I was like, well, how do you do that?
She didn't even know.
So she showed me, and I was like, wait, we made $5,000 revenue share this month without even trying. And she goes, yeah. And I was like, holy cow! I said, maybe we should pay attention to this. So a year, not even the end of that year, I brought a listing agent on. We were up to $10,000 a month in revenue share. I moved myself out of that position. I gave somebody else another job, and we're making more money than we've ever made. It's been crazy. It just gave us freedom. It bought us freedom. We got a place in Florida. We come to in the winter now, so it's it's been amazing.
Rodney, isn't it terrible? They're always right, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know when it works out.
But you had your head down, and now you guys, were you real estate investors as well?
Yes. So myself in my first marriage had rental properties, commercial properties, kind of, went through that whole phase. And one of the things for me too was, I can invest in others, right? Growing others and not necessarily have the cost and expense of the investment. So that was something, you bring that up, that really tapped into me. And he hadn't really gone down that path yet. So for me, this is more exciting instead of watching a house and different tenants come in and out, or, I still love to flip homes. I do like that. Mm-hmm. I love to flip homes. But as far as holding property, that's just something that, I kind of let go of, and I get way more out of growing others and bringing that into our business for sure.
Well, that was our path. Exactly. And doing the same thing, but with those rentals, we would rehab them, put somebody in, rehab them when we moved them out. And the revenue from that just wasn't, we get the equity over time, it's going to pan out well for us. But when we've seen this model, we thought, man, if we could just get that up to cover the bills, you guys are talking $5,000, $10,000. You don't have to worry about your house payment. You don't have to worry about, driving the nicest car you want to drive or whatever. To us, that was like, when we can get, $25,000, $30,000 a month in revenue, like, that's total freedom for us. We can focus on growing our agents and our team 100% and not have to go on 74 listing appointments. Goodness.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Total freedom is what it buys you. So we come to Florida in October, and we stay till May, and then we go back to Indy. So, and we're licensed down here, and I'll show a few houses of friends down here, and we've sold
friends or family, just kind of sporadically. But we've managed to leverage it to where we've got team leads on our team back in Indy. We have oversight and coaching. We coach a lot. That's really what we do for everybody, as much coaching and growth and creating their own business path that we can. And not as much in production, really just friends and family and a few investors here and there that have been with us for a long time. So it's exciting again. Whereas as that independent broker, that initially was exciting. And then because we were still so in the business, it was becoming a grind. And that's where this transition just, we're so excited. It probably conveys, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it just, every day you're like, okay, who am I talking to today, right? And who can I help today? So it just makes it so much more fun.
And that's what caught my attention about this company. The fact that I'm here with you guys right now. We're connected. Everyone says, oh, it's a recruiting company. It's not recruiting. We're excited. We found a better way, and like, we're trying to save you. Like I'm excited to tell people about what it is, because I know if they're not here, they haven't really seen it the way that we've looked at it, and they don't know the way we connect and help each other. And
well, the difference is it's truly ownership. This is real ownership. So instead of the Gary Keller getting 1% off every single deal, or whatever he gets off every single deal, and making millions of dollars and never selling a thing of real estate himself, it gives the power to the agents, and it gives agent ownership to every single agent out there. So just like if we grew our independent brokerage and wanted to grow it bigger and try to sell it, because that was a plan too that a lot of independents have, we would have had to build it pretty big, and then we would have had to sell it to someone, and then we would have had to probably work and stay there to keep the people there. But we'd have had to recruit. We'd have had to bring people in to grow that. So
for someone else.
Yeah, for someone else. So this is our business. And look, if people don't like to recruit, you don't have to recruit. People will come to this company just for the ownership, and they're going to come and ask people, hey, why do you go to EXP? Just like when I was with Remax or with Keller Williams, people would say, hey, where should I go get a license, or where should I pay my license? I'd tell them wherever I was at. So those people that you tell, hey, I'm with EXP now, you're helping them grow their business. You're giving them ownership, and you're benefiting from it. So it's been, to me, it's a no-brainer. It's been amazing. Now that she knocked me over the head with it.
Yeah. Wasn't bought in at first.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then I'm going to be selfish, if it's okay with you guys. Everyone else right now can put it on mute. This is for me. So you guys, do you remember when you first broke your first 100 houses?
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah. So it was kind of different, because when we first came back, me and her, we came back from Charleston, South Carolina, and we started kind of had to jump into it and start all over, because we were gone for 3 years. So we moved back from Charleston to Indy, and we sold 87 our first year, just me and her, running buyer leads and Google AdWords, and running it to our Boomtown site. Mm-hmm. So we weren't that far from 100. So when we brought on our first buyer's agent, I think we broke 100 really quick. So, but
it was having a platform and teams, or our team set up to where people could plug in, right? And that cost us a lot of money,
right,
to figure that out. As we're running around with 4 and 5 buyers a day, right? Just the two of us, never even like crossing paths, basically. No life whatsoever, except helping our clients. But I think what we learned was, we can't do this. We can't keep this up. And if we want to grow bigger, then it is going to take others. And that was kind of the knock on the head, because, you think you are the best. Nobody can do it better than you. Also, as my client, I can take care of it, that type of thing. So we were in that mentality for a minute. Even though we knew we wanted a team, we did get kind of stuck there. And then it was bringing on an assistant and that first buyer agent with somebody kind of cleaning up the details and having those systems in place that got us over that 100.
Well, knowing how, since we did it, we lived through it, we knew we were making phone calls every day. We were showing the buyers. We knew how to coach and train. Our agents were bringing in, just do what we're doing. And of course, we hired a coach along the way too. So we went over scripts and dialogue. So it really helped us out to coach our team.
Awesome. And is that why people that come on your team are doing so well? Is that why they're so successful? Is because you guys were able to build those systems for them and plug them into it? What is it?
Yes. So I'd say that's exactly it. And then, in fact, with Amanda being a coach, a real estate coach herself too. So she coached for a while. So she really spends time and really cares about the agents and really helps them. We do role play every morning. And it's just like any sport. If you don't practice it, you're not going to be good at it. So we actively practice it. We actively, of course, we care about our clients too. So that has to convey over the phone or when you're in front of them. But that's it. We do what we go out there, work our best, and do what we can, and prospect daily. So
I love it. And then so somebody there, I guess with EXP, somebody anywhere if they want to plug into your systems and they want to be a part of what you've built and find that success faster, how to get a hold of you?
Call it. But it's so funny because it happens every avenue, right? I would say, Instagram and Facebook, we're on there for sure. And then Rodney himself, with his kind of career page that he has, we can give you that and put that in the link for everybody for sure. But that's a great funnel because there's a lot of our content information there, and we add more all the time with, the YouTube page, etc. Just try to, I would say connect, and then it's like, hey, let's figure out what your path is. But we're out there everywhere, social media.
Yeah, so just look up Herd Real Estate Team, look up Rodney and Amanda Herd.
Yeah, and I'll send you the link for sure.
We're happy to help out. So she's always coaching and training. So
can always recognize the givers. I love it. Thank you guys. And then I love the dynamic too. Like I'm watching you call him. Do that. Billy and I are like that too. And it wasn't always that way for us. And I'm sure you guys could shed some light on this. We were bumping heads a lot in the beginning because we're both strong-minded. We were both the smartest people in the room, even when it's the two of us. So we had to figure out who's running which way, and then learn to get out of each other's lane. Was that your case for you guys?
That's a tough time because you do know we're so strong-headed, right? You each know where you want to take it, and then it's figuring out, okay, what would that compromise be? And those boundaries were a big thing. And I tell every husband and wife team, you have to sit down and figure out whose sweet spot is what, and kind of build on each other's strengths. And we might not always be in the spot we want to be in. Like operations for me is not my favorite spot. But he is definitely not going to be the one in charge of operations.
I was great at sales.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, let's leave him in the fun zone. Okay. And then I'll just figure this out. Right. It wasn't exactly where I always wanted to be because I enjoy coaching and being with clients and, all of that. But you do. When you're a husband-wife team, you have to figure that out. Or if you have a business partner, you have to kind of figure out those boundaries. And then it becomes a little easier, right? And then, we kind of make the rule, hey, if it's going to be over $500, let's sit down and talk to each other. If it's something we're going to change in our system or, with the platform. Other than that, you go this way, I go this way, we'll come back together here, and making sure we're just working on the business. But that is a tough spot when you're all over the place with that, just constantly, wanting to do it your way.
and you always have to watch your ROI because it's easy to get in that spin to get more leads. And then you just really have to watch it because you can really overspend. You can close a lot of deals and not make a lot of money. I know a lot of teams that have done that. So just watch it.
We did it in the beginning.
Yeah, you got to watch your budget.
Our first coach was Albie Stasic. You guys might know who he is.
Oh, yeah.
You guys, okay. So, and Albie, when we first got this coach, we couldn't afford a coach. First of all, if we didn't find a way to make it work, we weren't going to make our mortgage payments anymore. But we knew we needed it. And Albie said, he said, well, let's take a look at your numbers. And Kelly and I are like, what's that mean? Like, we didn't even know. We weren't tracking anything. But that first call, he looked at everything that wasn't making us money that we're spending money on. We made a bunch of calls, canceled a bunch of stuff. We saved $32,000 that very first phone call from Albie. And we learned real quick, we need to know what we're spending our money on. So that's a really good tip.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's number one right there. Right. And you're right. A lot of people, you just go, right. You go, and you don't slow down to take a look at it. And then I think a lot of us do or have fallen into that trap for sure. So
buying things, that approval does not fall in my lap anymore. That's all. Grant Cardone called us one day. And I know if Grant's calling me, he's going to have one in my pocket, right? So I'm excited to talk to Grant, but I'm like, he's all, hey, it's Grant Cardone, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, recognize the voice. I'm like, well, you need to talk to my wife. So I hand my phone to the wife, and turns out it's on like a live radio show. So it's like totally embarrassing, but like, I'm not going to make this decision. So go ahead and you handle it. So he got 18,000 out of us that day.
Wow. He's good.
That's why you're Grant Cardone.
Exactly. That's why we all know his name, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So she's probably like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, really enjoyed talking to you guys. Congratulations on all of your success. If you're watching right now and you want to learn more about EXP and what it's done for our lives and stuff, you got to reach out to this dynamic couple right here. They're just crushing the market, and it sounds like they got the system to plug you right in. I'm really grateful for this opportunity to meet you guys. And then,
Great.
yep. And then I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for coming on today and sharing a little wisdom with our people and yours both. So thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank
Hey, thanks.
you. Yeah, Stephen.
All right,
Come
guys.
back.
Yes, sir. All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
Thanks. Bye-bye.